Usually when you've seen me here on the channel, I've cooked some extremely simple food like MREs or other pre-made stuff that just needed to be warmed up and have water added to them. But sometimes I want to make some more. Today I brought some ham and some fresh vegetables, and I'm gonna cook those and fry them. And I'm also gonna boil some rice to it, which is of course not a very advanced meal, but outdoors in this setting it tastes lovely. The ingredients I'm using are pretty simple. I'm starting with leek. This is just some extra flavoring and some color. I'm not taking too much. This should be more than enough. And I'm just slicing it into smaller parts so that they're a bit easier to eat but still chewy enough. Next ingredient coming up is a paprika, or bell pepper as they're called in America. And I'm just taking a few slices of this and cutting into small parts. I have an entire carrot here, and I haven't taken off the outside. It doesn't really matter for this kind of food. So this is just cut into small thin strips, and then I cut those up smaller again, and they don't have to be very even, but they give some flavor and some texture. I have an onion, just a normal white onion, and again I'll just take a few slices of this and cut it into smaller chunks so that I have some onion in here. That's a great filler for this kind of meal. And ideally, if I did this at home, I would have used a bigger knife, but I didn't want to bring a huge knife out camping, so this is something I usually do inside and at home. So something like this, just a varied piece of chunks. Last piece, broccoli. I have a part of one here, and this also gets cut down into smaller sizes. And this basically doesn't have to be cooked, and that a common thing for all of these parts is that they don't really need to be cooked very much. They can be eaten raw as well. I prefer them to be cooked slightly at least, but the most important part here is cooking the meat. When it comes to the meat, this is sliced ham or sliced pork meat. I've added some butter to it, some liquid butter, and various spices, mostly pepper and oregano and other spices like that. And these are small and pre-cut parts. And then I need to cook those, and let's get on with that. I'm starting with the meat, as that takes a bit more cooking time, and then I'm adding the vegetables afterwards. But things cook insanely fast on this stove, so it's important not to scorch them. They've been frying for a little while, and everything is now nice and brown, so I'll add the vegetables as well. I added my second kettle now. This one is boiling rice and just a normal like boiling bag thing of rice. It makes cleaning in the field a lot easier. So you can set up this pretty much anywhere you want, at least in Norway. You just need some nature or even a small park you could do this in and enjoy some nice fresh cooked outdoors dinner. And this is starting to smell really good. The meat is done cooking. I think the rice still needs a few more minutes, so I'll put that on this one because it's more efficient. The open burner is not very good when it's as windy as now. And yeah, that sure turns things up. I also have two gas mixes here. This is winter gas, and it's borderline that you need to have it. This summer gas works down to around 15 degrees Celsius. I'm just above that now, and it works really bad below that. This one works better, at least in winter. And now the rice is done as well. So there you have it. Simple meal cooked outdoors. Fried ham with fried vegetables and rice. It doesn't take much, and it's a very nice experience to eat and cook outdoors like this. Hopefully, so I do encourage you to go out, make some food outside and enjoy nature. That's why we have it. So there you see, it's quite simple to make food outdoors. Could have made something much more advanced, and I have, at least when I'm with more people. For example, with scouts, we used to do some pretty nice and sometimes more advanced cooking. But today, just something simple, very tasty and enjoyable out here. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoy this video as much as I enjoyed my food, then please consider leaving a comment, like, or even subscribe to the channel for more outdoors videos here from Norway. Some of them have a bit nicer scenery than you've seen in this video. Thank you very much. 7-3.